But hello.
I put thought. Good.
No. Hello.
Hello.
Right. How was that hello out of 10?
That was a jolly hello.
That was a jolly hello, right? We're back for more of whatever the hell this is. I think it's
Game
called
8.
Diffuse.
Not diffuse. It's Defy
No, it's not
Teams
Diffuse.
League.
It's Defy Teams. Yeah. Oh,
Get in
well,
the game.
sorry. Oh, Diffuse is next year. My bad. Right. Teams.
Teams.
What do we got?
We've got game 8. We got it in a minute. Less than a minute.
Just in a minute.
Game 8
Seconds.
out of 10. Should we have a quick recap before we start?
Yeah.
Red 32, first place. Orange 30 points, second place. Sky blue, third place 29. Purple 28, fourth place. Dark green, sixth place 13 points. Lime, fifth place 20 points. Wasn't in order, but oh well, get over it.
Right.
Because game has started.
Game has started. And I think, has everything worked?
We have quite random spawns going on by the looks of it. You got
Okay.
sky blue at the bottom, at the top.
Think we'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Hello. Technical difficulties. We're back. We're good. Yeah,
Are we
my
good?
fault.
We
My
good?
bad.
Good.
But we're good. Good.
We're good. Good.
We're good.
I also woke
Let
up.
me show this.
We have a game, and it started.
Yes, Hero's also here from
I
his slumber.
I woke up.
Nice of you to
Alright,
join us.
my bad.
Right.
We're taking a look here, and
Time to enjoy a nice,
out of the
relaxed
gate.
game.
you say relaxed, yet we're seeing. We're seeing dark green dig into purple already. Small, but they've got one cut off.
Should we start this again? Because it's a little bit downbeat. So let's not the game, obviously. Don't start the game again.
Right, restarting again. Fourth time lucky. Right, what have we got? We've got Gamer. Gamer's being aggressive against Red. Red have managed to get their corner, which is good. Guy Blue got their corner. Orange looking a very tight. Oh, this is going to be a bit dangerous for later, I suppose. Red doing very good off spawn. Purple very messy. Lime doing fantastic off of spawn. Really pushed up against both. Really pushed up against dark green. Not
It's
lost
red.
any land to orange.
It's red, lime, and green at the moment, and purple yet again having another tragic start. It's hit and miss for them so far this season, isn't it?
It
So
is.
hit and miss.
Look at this. Look at this. Dark green smell blood.
Oh, they do.
Just because they're not up there
Going
in
for
the
the corner.
podium places this season doesn't mean they are not a team to be taken lightly.
Have they got the corner? Surely they've got that.
Oh, they've got the corner.
Yes. And purple, the map just seems so inconsistent.
Where are they going?
I don't know.
What are they doing?
There
Why
seems
have
to
they
be a
gone
theme.
so
of-
middle?
There seems to be a theme of teams that start from the outside and build the way in, which is brilliant to see because that's an evolution of Defly that we haven't seen in a while. But I think purple might have got it wrong this time. Well, red have pushed them clearly through the boundaries, and red have kind of overextended into their area.
And red have taken full advantage, yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, just unwelcome visitors in purple's territory.
I mean, just look at this, all this land that they've just been able to grab. To be fair, most of it should have been theirs anyway, but not all of it. Not all of it. And Lime are just full steam ahead. They're up to 23. Oh, some glitches going on there. They're up to 23% now. They're going up and into orange.
Well, they're traditionally this far this season, they've only managed to retain the area they've kept once or twice, I think, in 1 or 2 games. So let's see if they can actually pull this one off today. It'll be great if they can.
But they've got the foot on the accelerator in the last few games, or the gas, should I say, for our American fellows who struggle with English.
Particularly this game as well. They're all over the leaderboard. They've leveled up really quickly. They've had a really good jump. Now they can capitalize on what seems to be a little bit of an underpowered orange.
Yeah. Underpowered orange.
Underpowered orange. That's one of the statements I've heard.
But I don't disagree. Purple is going from bad to bad to bad to maybe slightly worse.
We've at least managed to secure a boundary, but it's not great, is it?
It's not much of a boundary.
Not much. They could get squeezed pretty hard here very quickly.
Yep.
Doesn't look like red are red committing hard.
They've got a lot of area to commit to, I think.
Doesn't look like red are committing too hard to this, which is probably the right move, you would think.
They probably don't know.
Well, hold on a minute. Actually, I take that back.
I lied.
This probably is the time to commit. Wipe them out. These guys are one of your competitors.
I guess. Yeah.
Where are they? They fourth place, are they? In their fourth place?
I have this in. Who? Purple?
Purple. 4 points away,
Fourth
fourth
place.
place.
Yeah, 4 points away from red at the moment, pending the game outcome.
Yeah. They're one of your competitors. I would be like, do you know what? Let's take these out. It wouldn't be the first time they've been wiped this season either, which is important to state as well.
Lime need this.
Oh.
So Lime are clearly going for let's set up a base around the Koff as well. They've reinforced around the Koff as well.
We've been talking about how poorly Purple have started, but let's have a look at Orange. Orange would be in not quite. Say that again, sorry.
They're getting dug up by Sky Blue right now, and they can't really pull away because look at that. Lime's just brute forcing into their base. It's 3 hybrids, but they're brute forcing into the base. We could see a pop on Xenon here.
I think they're probably all right.
Okay, yeah, he's playing it safe. Well, kinda.
They're not being torn apart, Orange, but equally, it's not looking great. It depends how hard Sky Blue want to commit. Doesn't look like Sky Blue are committing too hard to this. Just see some red players reinforcing.
Well,
Sky Blue doing the same. Looks like Sky Blue have taken this opportunity to do one of their things that they like to do, which is not really attack anybody in the early game and just focus on reinforcing and layering, which is a valid strategy. It's not what I would do, but you know, just because I would do it doesn't mean it's wrong. Yeah.
If you're a growing team as well, if you're capable of attacking in the late game, then it's not a bad strategy at all. If you're going to sit there all game and just slowly drip down, that's a different thing.
Hold on. They're what? 4th place this game? Is that your 4th place this game? No, 4th.
Oh, this game is in season
this game they're in 4th place. Overall in the season they're in 3rd place. Is this really the time you want to be sitting back a little bit? Like early game is when you're going to get all your percent. This isn't where I would be sitting back.
They're only 3 points behind. That could change in one game. So it's almost neck and neck between the top 4 teams. Yeah, albeit they're running out of time, but they're not miles away from winning this or from losing this game in the first 8 minutes. Anything can change.
Games are decided in the first 8 minutes.
Anything.
Whether you want to be whether you want to be fighting for 1st place or wrapping it down for 3rd place. That starts in the first 8 minutes. Shall we have a little look at Purple? Looks like they've been let off the hook a little bit.
They are digging into that corner down there.
Reclaiming their territory.
Yeah, it looks like Red
unopposed.
Looks like Red sort of left them off the hook, to be honest. Red sort of been like, yeah, you can do what you want. I feel like if Red wanted to, Purple would be in big trouble right now, but it looks like Purple only got to deal with dark green.
Looks like Red are going north. Which I don't mind this, okay? I don't mind this so much. You know Purple haven't got a great start, and if Purple haven't got a great start, they're not going to score too well this game. Who's your next competitor? It's Orange. Can't do anything about them, you're not joining them. Who's your next competitor? Sky Blue.
Where are they?
I think they're at the top right of their base.
Nope.
I saw some holes being punched.
Oh, I did.
That was a crash of the wall.
This is what we like to see. I like it. Improvement on last game.
Need to spin
even though me and Mr. Jack slightly disagreed on that, but you know, I would say it's an improvement.
Guy just chipping up a little bit.
Yeah. It's
big,
nice
open wide. Open wide in Lime's base now.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Hello. 1st place. It's falling away. Is it?
Well, they're clearly in a battle.
They brought
they
it
are
back.
in a battle.
They got it back.
they've got it under control a little bit. It's a little bit scary, but as long as nobody dies, it should be all right. Should be contained.
I see a wild Polly.
Yep.
Do you know what? I see a wild Polly as well. And do you know what I also think? I think that will make a big difference. Unfortunately, they've had a pretty poor spawn, so it can only make so much of a difference. And we should note, in case you don't really know who Blinker is, firstly, you must be like, have never seen the game before. Secondly, they're a hybrid. They're one of the top hybrids in the game. Statistically, they get lots of kills in elite games. They're one of the top killers in elite games. Certainly were last season. And that's one of the things Orange have missed is kills. They don't get many kills at all. Which is why we think it might make a big difference.
With the Polly, we got on Team Asani. That's a pretty good combo to have in a very small space.
Yeah, but Lime Green are
Not a lot of
pushing them back.
building. Not a lot of building power there, though. U-Team is more shooty hybrid. So is Polly. Asani, obviously, very talented builder. But can he cope with that alone?
Tell you what, Lime Green are looking good.
A lot of pressure. Turned the tables on Orange there, haven't they? Considering their base was exposed. And that's what drew us over to this side of the map. And now all of a sudden it's Orange on the back foot. Desperately trying to keep that area open. Make things a bit more difficult for Lime. Trying to see how the map's shaping towards. I think red are digging down a little bit in between dark green and purple.
They're looking for a fight. They want to pick a fight. And then absolutely annihilate the team.
See, they're kind of going for purple, but I feel like it's a bit late. Do you know what I mean? Like, you sort of had your chance and now you lost it.
Yeah.
You can still beat them, don't get me wrong, but you could have done it very quickly in the first 5 minutes ago. I'm not talking that long. 5 minutes ago, you could have probably ripped them apart. Now this is going to be a slong, grinding duel. Let's have a little look on Kitty. Their experienced elite player, 2-time season winner. Probably weren't favourite to win this season. I think probably the favourite was probably looking at Orange, I would think, this season.
You mean to start or?
To start, yeah.
To start, 2 very strong games from them. Game 1, Game 2, 1. But it's just kind of tapering off towards the tail end of the season.
Sort of like before the season started, I was sort of think, Orange were one of the favourites for sure.
Kids Too Wise got this. Very experienced.
But maybe not so purple.
Well, now he's cut off.
He should be alright. He's fine. A few dangerous moments there, but experience coming in hand.
Plays it smartly, gets out of there. I'd say that's a job well done out of him, but now we're going to see the hybrids try to jump back in there, and along with the push from the hybrids, in come the builders. We're not going to watch
that because we're going to go somewhere else, apparently. Okay, now we can watch it. Go on board with Cloak, shall we? So, shall we have a look at what else is going on? So, it looks like everything's sort of stabilized. Lime Green is sort of 24, Orange is sort of staying at 11. Everyone's sort of comfortable. I wonder what's the next big event that's going to happen this game.
Oh, green just took a little chunk out of orange. Purple there. So purple getting eaten from all sides here. He's a bit up. They're fighting in the corner as well.
Oh my god! Poor Zeno.
Got his
Oh,
work
well,
cut
there
out,
we
hasn't
go.
he?
Yeah, but Purple have got to play this very carefully because they can't commit too many players away from Red. Red are a very attacking heavy team, very attack heavy. You don't commit too many players to defend, they will happily eat you alive and do it very quickly. Xenon doing a great job on their own.
Zeno looks like he looked like he was doing fine there. You know. Oh. Jimmy had to watch out there at the bottom of his.
Looks like Orange has got a few little problems to deal with. Few little problems.
Well, starting off.
This could get
It's
bad.
small.
This could get bad very quickly here. Let's watch this. Let's stay on board with Lucy
Zane
and
has
watch
a
this.
really terrible shoot. Is he underleveled there?
Looks very underleveled.
He
That's why
might be a
everybody's
builder.
giving him all
We
the
don't
levels.
Or
He's a builder. That's
he's a
why.
builder. Why wasn't he building?
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's a bit bizarre, but all right. Sure. Are they going to commit to this, Sky Blue, or are they going the slow? They're going the long way around. This seems a bit bizarre to me.
It really does. You've got builders with hybrid stats on.
This is where people have played normal teams too much. Because in elites, this edge might as well be useless. All you're doing is just going out of your way to dig the strongest part of somebody's base. Look at it.
Yep.
This is what gets you points.
What you want?
This edge here doesn't get you anything. No help whatsoever.
Any orange could come up and spin that up straight away.
So they are big wasting their time in normal elite, in normal diffuse, and sorry, normal teams. So I get my words out. Yeah, you want to go edge because you've got unlimited time, and that's the strongest part of. You're looking to close out the map, and that's the strongest bit. So you go around the edge.
Maximize the amount of time that you've got without your opponents
Exactly.
even knowing you're there. Use that.
Exactly.
Capitalize on that.
You might only have. You've only got an hour to get as much percent as you can.
It could change. It could flip on its head straight away. So you need to maximize whatever time you've got to just grab whatever area you can. And all I can see is red, just constantly laying these towers and reinforcing.
Yeah.
Looks like they might be trying to make a push for the hill.
I think they're setting it up for maybe late game. I can't imagine that any amount of reinforcement from Lime right now will protect them from it if there's a team targeting it. Although we have seen late games where teams just don't bother. That could be their strategy, just make them not want to.
Looks like Red are playing this very conservative in the sense of they've got quite a lot of people reinforcing behind. I think I spotted two builders behind, just reinforcing and layering. I count 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so everybody else is over here, all attacking as one big group. They've got two builders and 6 in one group here, all attacking against Purple, which is, I would say, fairly conservative but
old school tactics.
Well, this is what I more prefer to see. If I was to have my format, this would be my format.
But does it work with the format of 6 teams, 8 players on a hex map with a cough?
I think so. I think especially when you're second place, 0.1% off first place. I think this is the perfect sort of situation because you want to reinforce your base to its fullest potential so that you're going to stay very close to first place. So come later game, you can really take full advantage and apply pressure on the people ahead of you and distance yourself from second place.
Even just 5 points for Red now, where others get 4, 3, or 2 points of the top leading teams. This will give them a nice big lead. You can almost afford Lime to take the first place and even the cough and still feel pretty comfortable about the victory.
100%. If you're Red, You're loving Sky. You're loving Lime being first or second place.
Absolutely.
As long as they're first or second, you are delighted.
And keeping your second place challengers busy as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Last thing you want is for them to have a free ride.
Win-win, totally. Point well made. Hero, what do you make of this so far?
This game has definitely been interesting. I do think that. Oh, Timmy.
Ooh.
Timmy.
Knowing that they've got shields.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
aggressive.
usually you want to be more careful on those types of approaches. Like, cover yourself with the build range. That's how I would try to view it. Just use it as, like, kind of a meat shield. Don't take my word exactly for that. But
being pushed back,
yeah,
Polly with a. Sorry, go on, Hero.
If you're using it, oh, now Timmy's being kind of smart with it. But look at Sanny. Sanny's going on and using it as how I think you're supposed to. You're playing it smartly. You're using the build range to the fullest of your capacity, and you're playing it safe. You know, you're just doing a good job. You're making sure that the team doesn't falter here.
I just
with
can't
a single
stop watching
pop of a
Polly.
tower.
Polly's bullet direction is just impeccable. During that whole session of trying to squeeze that area, it was just trying to edge that area away, just chip by chip from a distance. So she's clearly got a lot of bullet distance as well, which is what she's known for. Oh, look at Purple's base at the bottom right.
What I'm trying to go to. And just to interrupt as well, Orange have had 3 deaths this game, which is quite a bit for them. But also, more importantly, that I want to point your eyes to, Red have gone they've gone over 1 hour and 20 minutes without a death in the Elite Tournament.
And
1 hour and 20 minutes and counting.
And they couldn't do that in Season 7.
It was a whole on different team back in Season 7. But, you know...
I'm just bitter.
He's got that. He's got that. He's got that. Well, maybe not, since Slime doesn't...
Right.
I don't see Purple trying to target the right tower. Because in those types of situations, when you're just trying to fight a builder, there's oftentimes one tower that they're trying to hold, yet another that could be popped that could just kill them. But I don't see them utilizing that as, you know, an opportunity for a kill.
See where this shooty guy's going. Never mind, we're not. We're going
We're
back
going to
on board with
1984.
Orange.
We're going to 1984.
Nice.
He's trying to hold Polly all by himself. Well, not just Polly, but he and Isra.
Looks like SW3 might be having some joined a bit late for the looks of it.
Were they
Slight
down a
shot
player?
close, maybe. Yeah, it looks like one person left.
Oh,
on that
okay.
team and somebody
yeah,
else. Yeah.
That's a bit better to swallow, isn't it?
Yeah. Now we're going back over here where Dark Green are switching their focus away from Purple a little bit. Interesting.
Purple, I think they've identified that Purple are a little bit busy. Red's a little bit busy with Purple. They're trying to capitalize. I like that.
Yeah, but
whether they'll get away with it, I don't know. But
I don't know. It feels like you've got Purple on the ropes.
But the map is set up for them to do that as well. They can easily go up and then peel left, and then just take that as a pincer, whilst everybody else is busy. And that's a good 0.5% easy for them.
Let's go and watch this because they ain't stopping. Wolf Hunter player 36 has spotted
go
them.
up, peel left now, and you've got a lot.
Yeah, no, I see it.
It'll take you, and it will. If I was Red, I'd almost like that a little bit. Well, no, I wouldn't. I was going to say because it might clean up the borders a little bit in terms of taking them away from Dark Green, but it actually adds more.
Wolf Hunter.
It just straightens it out a little bit.
Looks like calling for some help over here.
Yeah, no voice chat.
Famously doesn't use voice chat yet. This is where maybe you called for some help, and because you're not on voice chat, people don't understand the full extent of the issue, and maybe you don't quite get help, or sometimes people just help too much.
Or just don't see it, You're looking at the bullets, you're not looking at the chat in the top left corner. Voice chat's so important.
Yeah. And he's still just player 36. Nobody's helping out.
He's positioned
Look at
himself
this.
well there, though.
Now red are in trouble all of a sudden. Dark green making a big call to switch away from purple and to go on to red, and that will be a big sting for red. Do we have a look what Sky Blue's doing?
Let's see. What?
It
I
looks
barely
like they've... Go on, Hero.
Oh, they've committed to red too.
Red
Alright.
could be in big trouble now.
Red have peeled away from purple, split themselves into two to deal with Sky as well.
Red are in big trouble.
They're outnumbered. Purple are almost getting away with it here.
And this is why player 36 was struggling to get any help. Because red's being triple teamed right now.
Yeah, but look at dark green. They've just added 3 players to their attack.
This is where your builders
Is that a
make
full
their
team?
money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, 7, something like that.
6 with a clone.
Yeah. I think this is where spending a little bit more time on your layers will come in handy. Make it
Where are
much
we?
easier to hold.
We're not far from the Koth now, are we? On the map. No. Okay, I see. But meanwhile, at the top right of Red's base, they did have a nice clean edge leading up, and it was heading in the direction of Sky Blue. Sky Blue have taken that back a bit.
Yeah.
So they've been digging on that corner for sure.
Mm.
I wonder if they've left 1 or 2 up there to carry on doing that.
Should we take a look? Or a red
See any action
maybe.
with...
Yeah.
I think they have, yeah. They're just slowly going to chip down.
It's safe to say
it's
it's
a lot of work
layered,
to do, yeah.
Safe to
Maybe
say
that's
layered.
maybe that's not the best place to attack from, but
Yeah. Probably why Red haven't quite noticed yet. Mind you,
Purple's
even if they
digging
did
into
notice,
red.
I must surely have the numbers to deal with it.
Oh, you've seen it. You've got there. Purple have free reign here to just kind of expand. And I don't think red are too worried. Unfortunately,
I think red would be red. If red should be extremely worried.
I think they should be, but they don't look like they are.
I think they are. I just don't think there's anything they can do about it. Look, they're panicking. This is this looks panicked to me. Because all of the stuff that everybody was breaking into before was all reinforced base, so it was kind of slow. This is not reinforced.
They're going to have to be switching their players from these battles, so pulling somebody off the Sky Blue, which was a big attack, by the way. Six Sky Blues on red. They can't afford to take a player off that and move them down to purple either. So they've got to sacrifice some area somewhere.
Yeah, this is where you need. This is where having genuinely top level builders makes such a big difference, because they will comfortably just handle stuff. They will just handle stuff. They won't complain, and you will not lose. In these sort of situations where numbers matter, it makes a big difference having genuinely top class builders.
Wow, look at the map.
Isra dying, Madcake getting a kill. Really opened everything up against there. If we try and have a look at it, potentially.
Somebody left the game, but I don't recognise that name.
Nope, they're back on dark green by the looks of it. Oh, we've got another death. Probably should be getting away from their base if they can.
Vespada, what are you doing? Come on.
It's not going to last here, I don't think.
Nah.
They smell blood. They smell blood.
Countdown. 5, 4, 3.
Oh, a little early. But if you had any kind of clue there, Orange should have been pointing or shooting bullets in the direction of the others for a chain kill.
Absolutely. I was hoping somebody was going to say that. Yeah,
Should have killed
absolutely.
about 3 of them there.
To just show world class from Bahu as well, getting the
Nicely surrounded though.
closing it off. What Bahu does.
Yeah, puts himself in very awkward positions, as we know all the time. We've seen it this season as well, where people would be panicky, but who's just calm as a cucumber.
Absolutely. And I am going to switch over because this is not where the action is. This is where the action is. The action is going on at red right now. And it's not good action if you're a red fan. Sky Blue was slowly eating away. Eventually,
look
nobody
at the
noticed.
shape. Look at the shape of their border. It's prime for them to just dig right underneath all of those layers and just hook around the other side. Bypass all of those layers.
I think that's what they're going to be going for at some point.
If I were them, you wouldn't dig up. You'd dig right. And the guys from the other side would dig left. That's a whole 1.5% there. That's almost first place.
Red are in free fall right now.
They've got the work cut out. Then they've got no way of worrying about the cough right now. They've got to worry about percentage.
And can I be honest? I think Red have handled this really well. I don't think there's anything else Red could have done differently in this situation.
They're the leading team.
The
leading team is going to get targeted. It's as simple as that.
This is just a fact of, in 8-player teams, you can't deal with situations like this. It's not possible. It's not possible to deal with situations like this. You can have damage limitation, which is what I feel like Red have done. Red have done that really well.
And maybe they sensed that from the start with the layering as well. Maybe they were always right. Let's just start off with damage limitation mode.
Maybe.
And then see. Well, I reckon so. Otherwise, why would you do 10 layers deep and spin it all? If you weren't going to leave them to their own devices.
I think it's the standard. If you want to be a top team, that's the standard.
No, I reckon if you weren't going to focus on Sky, the idea would be, right, you reinforce the top of that base so that it will slow them down enough so that they're not going to gain too much and we can worry about the bottom half. Because that's, if you in their eyes, that's probably where they would have want to be pushing.
Have Red got some relief? Some release from a team who's trying to attack them.
Dark Green switched.
Looking like Dark Green are in the process of switching. Doesn't look like they're fully switched. It looks like they're sort of just taking advantage of what's going on.
Yeah.
And we must say this is poor from Lime Green. Very poor to leave a border like this so weak. Not good at all.
We're over half an hour into the game now, and then if you leave that, that's going to be eaten through in the late game, easily.
Yeah. Don't expect to see that in an elite game at all.
They focused on reinforcing the cough a lot more than they have their own area, but the cough's only worth 1 point. Your area's worth 6 points max.
Yeah. No, not good enough at all. And they are being punished.
Something I find really funny right now is that the bottom 2 teams on points are currently 1 and 2 in the game, and is that a little pinch? Looks like that's a little pinch.
Your wish, Mr. Jack. You have your wish.
I'm telling you, that was the play. That had to be the play. Right, we're not scared of yours. We're not scared of your layers. We'll just go under them. Very, very smart. Very, very, very good.
That's 2 teams going for pinches on Red at the same time.
Look at this.
Oh my goodness, they're just diving in.
And Red are barely defending this.
Well, there's Carnage.
To be fair, actually, they can pretty much stop that. Yeah, they can pretty much stop that, and they could really do with a kill here.
And they could have gone a bit deeper as well. They've kind of eaten into the layers where they could have gone right down the edge, get right under the layers, and just push right directly under them.
They've sort of rushed this. Why is Carnage? Oh, Carnage making a big error. Big error, Carnage.
Yep.
Allowing Sky Blue to sort of recover and get somewhat back.
But the pincer's on. Sky Blue smell blood. They're not going to stop. They're going to pursue it.
Purple have completed their pincer and Red dropping quick.
Red are now in 4th place.
Yeah, and I must say,
they're
no
only going
fault of their
downwards.
own. No fault of their own. So far, I think they've done pretty much everything right.
Orange as well going a bit backwards. Purple going upwards, but you can only really go up from the bottom.
And let's have a little look on Teamer making some big dents. Big difference.
And there he goes.
That's what you want to see. Some area being exposed, some players being shot. Ollie maybe being a bit rusty.
Numbers. Was that a clone, maybe? Yeah, it looks like that was a clone. Oh, the team has got it all handled. I'm just panicking for him.
He's not scared.
Yeah, doesn't mean I'm not.
He contemplated diving in there, and
no, it was a bit of a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Just attract the attention from them, get them off the builders. Its objective is just to move them around into positions they don't want to be in.
And I think he's doing a great job with that.
Top class build, top class hybrid to do.
Yeah, applying pressure basically everywhere and making sure he's doing everything safely as to where he won't die.
He's got good speed, he can afford to move around, and then meanwhile he knows the rest of the team. Although, look at their base as well now. Oranges are a bit exposed on the top there. They've got some digs going on there that they've not seen.
Guess. OG. Okay, I lied. It is not OG.
Somebody there?
No.
Nope. I thought it was OG for a sec, because, earlier he was trying to do...
1984 would be very lucky if that pulls off.
Well, there's OG.
Imagine.
Nobody's gonna...
My gosh.
I lied! I lied!
That was a bait. They were just like, yeah, you go in there. We'll let you get so far. They knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
That was a good attempt from Orange there, I think. Just to kind of attempt a bit of a fake out.
Let's go back, because Red are dropping even further. Purple haven't stopped. Neither has Sky Blue.
And their base is not looking as reinforced anymore.
And neither has Dark Green. And now Lime Green are there just to add insult to injury.
Oh, they're just coming for the party. They're just coming to join the ride. Maybe they're there to protect their interests. In this case, the cough.
Yeah, I think Sky Blue are just... I think Lime Green is... Well, I don't know what... I think this person is just coming here to reinforce, to be honest.
Yeah,
it was so weak
slow
before.
People down. Don't want people heading in this direction. Well, they're first at the moment. They're loving life at the moment.
Oh yeah, Lime Green and Dark Green in first and second place. What a crazy game, and what a crazy time this is for Red.
There it is. That's a huge
How have they let that slip? That is not good.
Wow.
You can't let a reinforced area that easily slip away with only 2 people there to defend it. That is where I would consider Red's first mistake to be made.
Big mistake.
Yeah.
And that's so many towers, so much reinforcement, so much time invested, gone, up in smoke.
Because while I understand the situation that they are in, if they were to commit an extra player on that, they could have halted that progress for the next 20
easily.
minutes.
I mean, we identified this 10, 15 minutes ago or something.
Quite a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, they should have as well.
Yeah.
And their base is falling apart from the bottom as well. This is going from bad to worse.
Yeah.
Not having a great game now.
No. But we must say, still nobody on their team's died. But, it's beginning to look slightly less impressive when you put everything into context. Well, maybe it's looking more impressive, I don't know. But it doesn't matter if you don't get the win.
They're just not stopping there as well. They've got an agenda, and it's to dig down that border, level off so there's a nice straight line for them to dig across to, and then take that area. They've been piling the pressure on all game on red as well, so I don't feel too bad for red. They've got a lot of pressure on, but at the same time, you can't dish that pressure out to other top teams who are winning and then not take it back yourself. Hard at the top.
Whoa. Very, very interesting game. Very curious to see where this goes.
Player 36 missing a golden opportunity then on 2 players
Mm-hmm.
to at least prevent or slow them down.
I think, yeah, I think if you're red, I think this isn't the end of the world. It's not where you would have wanted to be.
I think
But
when
like, orange have had a bad game, purple have had a bad game. All right, sky blue are doing all right, but even them, they're third. So as long as, yeah,
there's 20 minutes to go
not
though, and I
that bad.
don't think the results are going to reflect the end game in 20 minutes time, to be perfectly honest. I think
And there we have
lime,
it.
green and dark might be attacked a bit more. Was that the
Red's
first one?
first death in what, over an hour and a half of gameplay.
Now we see everyone getting
An
into it.
hour
We
and
see
5 minutes
we
of
see
gameplay.
this could become a 3-way fight easily. And it looks like it might become one.
I think it became one a long time ago.
It became one a long time ago, yeah.
Look, they're going for the pincer again.
Huh.
Yeah, rightly so.
Yeah, you
They
guys are busy. That's fine. You guys be busy. I can see them peeling off a little bit.
they keep going. And it looks like somebody might be
Somebody's just peeled off for it.
yeah.
No builders over here. What's going on? It's just 3 hybrids.
Oh. This
4
could
hybrids
become
and
bad.
1 builder against Sky Blue. It's a bit bizarre, no?
Could
Sky's
become
intention.
bad.
Oh, look at the base.
And Cloak
Oh
dying as
my.
well. Cyan 2 leaving, and this is where all of that pressure in all game.
They're gonna have no levels when they rejoin. That's all wiped out for them. This is
Could
going
that,
terribly.
oh,
Are you saying this
oh,
wasn't the end of the world for Red? This is now.
yeah. Well, I mean, the reality is, even if they get
Sub
wiped, they're
5%
still
now.
going to get a
The,
point.
the team that they chose not to wipe and put the pressure on are now way ahead of them.
Oh. Yeah, you could
Not
argue
just way
that.
ahead, digging into them and taking even more.
Yeah, you could argue that few minutes where they decided to kind of
It's gone.
not
It's
go for
fallen
them and
apart.
then kind of cost them a little bit, but even that's a bit harsh. Purple now overtaking orange from what could have been a wipe to the other way around. That cloak death is big. It's cost him about what, 8% on its own. 6-7%.
Let's see who got that kill. Potato.
Potato.
Oh.
Can't criticize Red too much from that perspective. Having 2 deaths in about 1 hour and 45 minutes of gameplay is not terrible, is it? But when they make that big of a difference, see why deaths make big. You can see why deaths matter. Just a bit of a remnants of Red all the way down here, where they were versus where they are. Ouch.
3.2%. Actually, they just gained a little bit back. But it's not going to be enough.
And let's switch back over to orange.
Bahu.
Bahu dying. Mr. Calm and Collected. OG nearly going out there as well to Plinker.
And there goes Mr. Jack. Oh, he
What
blue
else have we got?
screened.
Right, what else have we got going on? We have...
Well, I mean, the main story is red, and they are getting completely and utterly decimated.
Let's go back on red.
Hold up. I think I see some red territory down
Yeah. I called that out earlier.
down the edge.
Yeah.
No, not down the edge.
Yeah, no, I called that out. I looked at that a few minutes ago. What else have we got? Red aren't looking too pretty. This is looking very, very dangerous. We're looking at a wipe situation. Survival
This is a full
instincts.
team. This is a full team. That's the full team of red right there. They're stuck beneath those layers and a wipe.
Yeah, red are just trying to survive. There's an argument to say that they should be beelining for the cough, but it looks ever so far away. Those deaths happened in the wrong locations. Have pushed them away from the, pushed them all the way away from that cough.
Well, they're gonna get some edge back here.
They're gonna get some edge back, but I don't think it's gonna matter.
If there's one death here, and I can tell, Carnage. Well, maybe just not Carnage, but I can just feel that one person's gonna die within, like, maybe a minute or so. This is a dire situation.
Yeah. Not looking good at all. Not
I keep
looking
forgetting.
good.
The time is so skewed. We have 15 minutes left. I thought.
Yeah.
But anyways, is that the full Sky Blue team? It might look like it because this just looks like they're on.
We've missed it. Sorry, we're being very rude. Dark green are now in first place. Screw what's going on over there. Let's have a look at this. What are these guys doing?
They're digging into everyone.
Being very disrespectful, not looking at them. They're in first place at the moment. Mr. T first on the scoreboard as well. It looks like they're having a little poke at line. Two very, very reinforced bases for sure.
I had a blue screen of death. What happened? Catch me up.
Red is almost white.
Red have got worse, and then imagine it being worse. It was worse than that.
Worse than worse? Wow.
Worse than worse.
Yep, just look at this.
And probably worse after that as well.
Not good.
They've only had 2 deaths this game, but there are less than 1%. Cloak is just given up. Look at him. Gone AFK. Nobody's noticed. He's about to die. This is about to be game over. What is happening?
He really is just AFK. Bye-bye, Cloak.
Bye-bye, Red Team. What did I just witness?
Man,
Guys,
this is just unfortunate.
That wasn't unfortunate. That was horrific.
Yeah, this is just them giving up at that stage, isn't it? This is just them, well, it's all gone pear-shaped. And it only took a couple of minutes for that to happen, really.
Yeah. When it goes downhill very quick. They did ever so well to slow it all down, but you can't expect to have no deaths every game, can you? And this is where, what we said earlier, just beeline for Koth, hope for the best.
But now they're trapped. But they're gonna get out.
Some glitch
Maybe.
towers.
Let's see if the Sky Blue team
Carnage
will
did a
try
great
to
job.
So this is their Alamo now. They're heading to the Koth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, are they though? Because
Yeah.
they've got
100%.
They've got no
everybody.
choice.
100% heading to the Koth.
They've got no choice, but now they've picked an island life fight.
Well, yeah, but how else are they going to get there? They're going to try and
Yeah, I mean,
squeeze
they
between the
get
two
wiped.
teams.
They get wiped over there or get wiped trying to get an extra point.
Yeah. You got no choice. You got to take
Oh,
that.
there's-
carnage!
That's gonna chain. Is it? Well, one
That
person's
is
gonna
gonna
pop
chain.
here. One
That is
person.
gonna
Yep,
chain.
there it is. There it is. And DF, the last
DF.
one, he's gone.
Oh,
But
And we
that's
have
not-
another team wipe.
not quite.
No, actually.
They've
Well,
still got some percent here and there.
check at the
I
bottom.
don't think the server settings will allow them to respawn.
Wow.
It doesn't look like it, and this is where the server is lagging a bit, I think. Yeah, server having a bit of lag.
Science 2's gone. They're done. That's game for them.
Ouch.
But let's see the
You,
aftermath. Sky Blue's going for the hill.
They're going for it.
Mr. Jack, can
Hello.
you ping Cyril, tell him there's some server lag, please.
Yes, because he did want to see it in action, didn't he?
Yeah. Right, what have we got? It looks like Blue are making their move towards the Koth. By making their move towards the Koth, I mean they now have the Koth. Red, however, have just looks like have they spawned back in?
No. They're leaving one by one.
No, it's
They don't-
purple. Purple who were digging Sky Blue.
No way. They want third. And they might even want the win.
Wow.
They went from one of the worst spawns that we've seen this season into a potential contender for third place. And
Sky
maybe
Blue.
even the win.
Looking after their edge, right thing to do at this point in the game. You don't want to get your game ruined through a teledig, that's for sure.
Let's see here. They're not taking
Orange going in
against
for the Koth as well. Orange have no chance realistically of getting up to an extra spot, but they have now been cut off. Israel letting them back in though.
5 points.
Israel letting them back in.
Oh, how the turntables have turned.
Oh,
Tables have
And it-
certainly turned. Tables are spinning.
does Mr. T realize how much land he just opened? No.
Well, when you're first place, I suppose you don't care, do you? Doesn't really matter. Your first place, all you're interested in is look at this little friend over here. That's all they're interested in.
Well-
Getting an extra point through the Koth.
Here it is. Hill fight time. Or is it? Oh. Are they making their move? Oh, yes! I wanted to see a hill fight.
This is what you look forward to all game.
Yep, I want to see hill fights at the end. Orange is trying to make a move to get in there. Is Purple gonna try to make a move to get in there? I think they're the only team who can't. So they're gonna take the land from whoever they can.
Oh my god. I just opened the YouTube chat and it's trying to catch up. Oh my god. Crazy chat.
Crazy.
You tapped out?
Yeah, I tapped out and now it's trying to catch up the whole stream. Either people are typing very fast Mm. Ooh.
All right, so what's going on at the hill now?
Shall we have a look? We've got 4 minutes remaining. Where's
Oh.
everyone gone? Why is commentary so quiet? Look at this. Everyone's doing things in the background.
Not really.
But Orange have died.
No.
One orange player have died, which has
That was
allowed
all of-
Red to spawn back in.
Oh!
But all
But
of
that's
the
a-
rest of them have given up. They've all left. This is why you don't leave. Look how close they are to the Koth as well. But they've all left, so it's only player 36 who will have any levels. They're not interested. They're not bothered. They don't care. Interesting. They could have had a chance to get an extra point, but they all left. Have it their way. What else is going on the Koth? We have orange, we have dark green, we have lime green, all going for it. Lime green have got it at the moment.
Just about holding it. It's going to be very tight with this many teams attacking them as well.
Dark green coming in slow.
Oh. Have Sky Blue pulled out? It looks like they have. And now the hill's open. 3 minutes. And we're gonna see.
We're going to see a lot of deaths, that's for sure.
Yep, I can already tell.
We're also going to watch.
We're gonna watch Professor Pants just
yeah.
watch for TP digs. Because that could happen. Their base is huge. And purple are catching up to Sky Blue, but does that matter at the current moment?
Probably not. Actually, it probably does. Take that completely away.
I think
it matters. It helps Red. It helps Red a lot.
hugely for Smurfs more than anything. That puts them in a commanding position, given how things are played out.
Mm.
War crashed. Oh no, this is bad. 1, 2, 3 deaths on over there on purple. 4, 5.
I know, but I'm not going away from the Koth, unfortunately.
Yep.
There's lots going on elsewhere. We're just going to have to watch it on the minimap.
We've got 2 minutes
Someone
here.
shooting at the Koth, hoping it will fall. Don't think it will.
I think this might be a draw.
Here it is.
What's
1 minute to
interesting
go.
about this is nobody's really digging the Koth.
Sunny's going for it, but he's got no real backup
Sunny
there.
off.
You've got.
But I think people have kind of forgotten about the Koth at this point. They're all sort of attacking.
Dark Green are going a bit
going
stronger than anybody else. Lima, I'm not sure what Lima are doing for the Koth. They're more
Green
trying to
could
hold
probably get
orange
the Koth
off.
right now.
We see Flame trying to place a tower. Is he going to be able to hold that one? No, he won't be able to, but...
Lima trying to help Dark Green by the look of it.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
They're not going for it themselves.
They're not interested in the Koth. What are we watching?
We're watching them go for orange.
Lime Green want to stop Orange from getting the Koth. They're not interested in the Koth themselves. They're just there to make sure Orange don't get it. Interesting.
But Dark Green needs to make a move quick. They've only got 10 seconds here.
So
and are we going to see quick building?
Draw.
No. Sandy is playing very smartly, but there could be a death here. No, there won't be. Flame needs to get this. And quick. Is he going to?
He's got it.
He's got it.
Wow.
No. No way.
Oh my god.
The last bullet.
They will not know that.
Everything.
They will not know that. On their screens, they'll be cheering right now. Oh my god, we got the Koth, guys. Oh my god, because as soon as they leave, it stops updating. So they don't know. We know we have the power right now, and they'll find out in 7.5 minutes. They're gonna have to watch the stream.
What an end.
Oh, what an end. Right, even though Hero spoiled it for everybody, they're not gonna have to watch the stream anymore. Thank you, Hero.
My bad.
Right.
They're gonna have to watch it now.
Oh, God's sake, Hero.
Keep the suspense going. Come on.
Yeah. Oh well, Spencer's gone. Right, we're done here. Well, what have we just seen?
We just witnessed something different.
Let's go straight into it because it's getting late. So,
should we stick a timer on each one?
You go for it. 3 minutes. 2 minutes?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
You going first?
I'll go first.
Who are you going for?
I'm going to go for Red. How can I start? Am I good?
Yeah, go.
Go. Okay. Red, I think they had a really good game. They played well. They had no deaths for about 40-ish minutes.
I hope you're talking about the first half and not both halves.
Hey, look, I'm going to say my piece. They looked fantastic. They played really well. Unfortunately, they just got overwhelmed too much, and the pressure eventually caught up with them, with Cloak and Sayuntu dying. I can't criticize them too much, though. I think, in my view, one of the major negatives of 8-player teams is how easy it is to double or triple team on another team, and for them to not be able to do anything about it. Red were nearly faultless this game and looked like a genuinely top-tier team, but unfortunately, there's just little you can do about it when you get triple teamed or double teamed. You can only do so much in damage limitation. Eventually, it caught up with them. So, I think they should be proud of what they did. Proud of what they did today. Proud of what they did in the previous game. Keep their heads up high. And to be honest, with Lime Green and Dark Green getting first and second place and nobody getting the cough, it probably is the perfect game to get wiped from there.
That was what I was going to say. This was absolutely going to be the perfect game. If they were going to throw this one.
This was the game.
Yeah.
This was the game to throw.
Strategically point of view, that's the one that's going to have the most damage limitation. But they made some critical mistakes mid-game that kind of led to the exacerbation of that downfall.
I think they made a half mistake with not doing their best, not doing better against Sky Blue. But when you put it into perspective, and they're dealing with two other major points of attack, it's not easy.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think it was.
You've just got to slow them down in that. You can't cover all bases from 8 players.
Sky Blue were going at that for some time. They did slow them down. They could have slowed them down much more. But with the resources that they had, I think it was okay. Sure, Red could have slowed them down a little bit better if the builders were a bit more on top of it against Sky Blue. I totally agree. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it was. Even that bad.
It's easy for us with the bird's eye view of the map to say that, they should have been there at that point of time. I completely understand that. But they've had ample opportunity to see that was going to be a bit of a momentum shift for them, and they should have cut it off a lot earlier. There's a few of those mistakes that just exacerbated it. I think the outcome would have always been the same. If you've got 3 teams on you, it's always going to end up the same. So it doesn't ultimately matter. But there's a few defensive things that could have maybe prevented it.
I think... Hold on. Only that situation for starters. And secondly, I think they probably could have slowed them down by an extra 5 minutes. But I don't think they could have slowed them down much more than that.
I think they could have. I think they're good enough to have slowed them down a lot more.
Against when you're dealing with pretty much 3 full teams, I don't think so. I don't think there's much you can do about it. When you're being pincered from both sides and can only commit a maximum of 2 builders, probably you're only going to commit 1 builder because maybe you're more concerned about purple potentially.
Andy, people gave up 5% down, people were giving up on red. They weren't continuing.
when it got to 5%,
they just gave up.
Oh, well, hold on. I don't think they didn't give up when they got to
Not all of
5%.
them.
They gave up when they got to 1%, but at that point, yeah, I get that. But at that point, I get it.
I think the end result was always going to be the same with red.
Anyway, 2-minute timer ended about 5 minutes ago.
There we go.
Shall we go on to the next team? Hero, do you want to take it away with Orange coming 5th place?
All right, 5th place. That was... I don't know. They got dug into a bunch by other teams. Specifically, the ones surrounding them, Lime and Sky Blue. And even though they tried what they could, but they still got... What was it? They got 5th. Wait, what? That's something I never would have expected. I thought, just based off of the rest of the game, that they would have probably gotten 4th, but no. They picked a fight with Lime, and that fight just stuck. And unfortunately for them, they didn't get the upper hand out of it, and we just watched them fall. I think it could have gone better with right, I think, organization for the game, which, don't get me wrong, they have, but they just might need to, reflect and think of a better strategy for next, because they've only got 2 games left, and to take the season win, they're going to need a lot more than just 5th place.
I'm going to speed this along a little bit because it's one topic that I want to discuss, which I think is important at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Jack, do you want to take it away with Purple?
Purple. Well, terrible start. It's been so hit and miss for them this season. So it's kind of fit in their modus operandi this time, which is they either have a really good start and a really good end, or they have a terrible start and a terrible finish. However, fitting that pattern, it doesn't. They had a terrible start and came to a really great recovery and a really great finish. I think they were let off the hook very early on from red, as you said, 10 minutes into the game or so, where we identified red probably should have taken the opportunity there. Another mistake from red, I think, that probably wouldn't have led to that downfall of having a third team combating them. But they've allowed them to come back in the game, and Purple have taken full advantage of that, eaten up into that corner again, come back from less than 5% to take over 19% in total, and come, 4th place, which is valuable points, considering they're in the top. Well, it's only a couple of points between the top leaders going into this game as well. They've had the same kind of challenges working against Dark Green at times, battles there. Albeit not as many teams on them as red, but they've consistently pushed back, and they've grown as a team coming backwards from nothing. I don't think we've seen a team get almost wiped and come back to take a decent chunk of land like that. So yeah, very good play.
Mm-hmm. And moving on to Sky Blue. Sky Blue, I felt like they did what they needed to do this game, to be honest. I don't really think there was they played all right. They weren't, I don't think they were spectacular. They felt like they did what they needed to do. When it came to red, red did really well to reinforce the border that they had. They did all the right hits and movements and all of the right attacking movements to gain all of that an optimal speed. So they did great on that. But I must admit, I felt like they had a pretty easy game. Orange was dealing with lime green pretty much the whole game. Red was dealing with purple pretty much the whole game, and then obviously everybody else. So I felt like Sky Blue kind of had what is probably another fairly relaxed game for them, and I think they probably should have taken maybe a tiny bit more advantage of that. When you put it into perspective, when you have an easy game like that, you probably expect to maybe be a bit closer to first place. They're already 4% away, but I don't know. I felt like they played well. They did everything right, but when you put it into context, I feel like maybe they should have done a bit better. Maybe that's a bit harsh, but I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Oh, the base looks good. No criticisms on that. Just feel like probably when you put everything into context, I felt like probably should have done it maybe a bit better with the opportunities that were given to them. Right. Hero, do you want to take it away on lime green?
Okay, so I think this was a smartly played game by them to an extent. And that extent is, well, they did have some golden opportunities in the start to take from dark green, I do believe, but just based on, look at those layers. They could have been dug up, and they were dug up for at least like a little bit. Dark green went into them to ensure their victory, and I think that was really smartly played by dark green. But with lime, I mean, they have some areas more reinforced than others. For example, that orange border right there, since they were fighting them for, I don't know, most of the game. And I think that most of the game, some could have been focused on a bit of back building, and they couldn't hold the hill. They just backed off and they went for orange. Weird move. They could have easily gotten the hill back, but I don't know. It was kind of messy out of them at some points, but second place, pretty good for them. They're at 25 points now, so yeah, I think they're at a high.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Jack, do you want to take it away with the winners?
It's off. First win of the season. Very well deserved this game, I think. Nobody can take that away from them, this one. They clawed it. They weren't necessarily leading going into it. They had a decent start, and they grew from there. They built from there. Every team needs a quiet game, at least once in the season. They've capitalized on what I'd call their quiet game this one, so nothing extraordinary from any other team being pressure-wise on them. Nothing they couldn't handle. They were obviously present in the cough. Big unlucky factor at the end not to take an extra point as well. I mean, we saw how close that was. A couple of seconds, one bullet, or I think it was one bullet that kind of closed that.
Yeah.
That's just so unlucky. As a team, you kind of got to pat yourself on the back and go, well, what else could we have done in that situation? There's nothing really more you could have done. They might have got a bit of a leg up from Lime in the last dying seconds as well, I think. That was a bit of a helping hand. But I don't think it dramatically changes anything season-wise, but they can at least pat themselves on the back and go, well, we've had a good crack at that game, and that will give them a great confidence boost to at least move and progress from last place in the season, maybe up to 5th, 4th place. That's where they should have been targeting, and I think this will provide them a great opportunity to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Which will give them good credit for next season, recruiting players as well. Going out of the season in a positive manner is a lot better than going out in a negative manner.
Mm-hmm. Well said. So, final thing that I want to discuss very quickly before we finish. Something that's been mentioned throughout the season, off and on, and I think again is hammered home this game is, and I think I don't have the numbers on this, but I think at this point we were kind of mentioning it in the previous game, but at this point this is by far been, probably since season 2. So excluding season 2, has been the season where we've had the most wipes by probably some distance, I would think. Now, why is that? I don't know. But when you look at it, you have Red, who have been wiped, who are a great team. You've had Purple, who have been wiped twice, I think. Also a great team. Some good teams getting wiped. Like, that shouldn't be happening. I can't exactly criticize Red too much this game. I mean, yeah, sure, they should have done that. They should have done this. We're not exactly talking about major things, are we?
No,
So,
it's tiny stuff, but the end result
why?
would have been the same.
So,
If I guess if what we're saying is the end result, if we think the end result would have been the same, that they would have got wiped regardless of whether they didn't make mistakes this game or not, yeah, why?
yeah, because in my view, I'm not. It's been the same for all teams this season. I'm not saying that just because Red have been wiped today. It's been discussed throughout the whole season, even when other teams have been wiped. I don't think it's necessarily correct that teams should be getting wiped even when they have such a good game. You know? Do you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, I think that it should be more of the case of if you have a great game, then look, you had a great game. But it shouldn't be a case of you had a great game and finished on 0.36%.
No, but I think you need to take a step backwards from that. That this is just 1 out of 10 games. So getting wiped on one game doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end of your season or even the end of the world or anything like that. Red are still leading the season. They're joint first at the moment after this game. Being wiped is almost like a rite of passage. If you're leading a season and leading for a good sizable number of games and people sense that you're a threat, of course you're going to get targeted. Of course you're going to get triple teamed on. And of course that's inevitably going to lead to you being wiped at least once. Or nearly wiped, or at least come in last place or something like that. It just means you're doing something right.
Yeah, but do you think that it should be within other teams' power to basically make you an irrelevance?
Absolutely not. And I've said this from the start that. But I sense for what you're getting at is a completely different format change. Whereas I don't think it necessarily needs to be that far into it, where you're talking about maybe 6 players per teams or reducing the number of players on a team or things like that. I don't necessarily think that's the answer. I think the answer is to tackle the off-field tactics, to punish people for doing things that aren't within the spirit of the game.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's
pre-planning the teams and things like that.
I don't think anybody's done anything that's been against the spirits of
not in this game. Not in this game. I will say, not in this game.
I think we've only really seen one occasion of that happening, and even that didn't exactly lead to anything. With SW3 doing something really weird in one of the last couple of games.
Well, let me throw it. Why did Lime shoot towards Orange then at the cough instead of going for the cough and aiding?
Yeah, no, 100% agree. But we saw Dark Green attacking Lime at various points in the game.
I think every team's objective.
Say it was a completely non.
No.
I just think that's a Orange. Look, Orange are winning. Dark Green are behind us. If Dark Green get it, we're happy with that. We're fine.
I think every team's objective should be to get their own. That they should maximize their points for their games and therefore their season. But it should be limited to on-field, as in throw the bullets around, make the builder stick, play the perfect team, recruit the best players. Those are the on-field kind of strategies that should be there. It shouldn't be. Okay, well, we've lost this game, we've lost the season, so we're not going to try anymore. We're now going to target this team and sacrifice our points to prevent this team because they've targeted us in game 2 or something like that. That's a ridiculous attitude.
I think that's more from a placement. I think they're thinking more of a placement perspective. Dark Green are behind us, right? So if they get their extra point, that makes no difference. But if Orange were to get that extra point, then we lose ground on what we've made up, right? We lose ground on Orange.
It doesn't. I don't think it affects Verdicent.
Yeah, but
I don't think when you're trying to take it off the second place team.
Yeah, but if they're trying to catch up, right, is what they're doing. They're trying to catch up to Orange and the top teams. It's what they're trying to do. if they were to have let Orange get that, then they're an extra point away. So from my
Andy,
perspective,
if they don't want
there's
Orange
a
to get the
logical
point, go
reason.
and get the point yourself. That's an extra point. If they don't want Orange to catch up, they can go and get the point and then be on 26 points instead of 25 points.
I
They
get
never
that.
even attempted it.
I get that. And I don't disagree. But I'm just saying I can see a logical reason for them doing what they did. Whether it was the right decision or not, I see a logical reason in terms of the standings for them to do what they did.
I just don't think that the platform. I kind of see what your point is in terms of, maybe this isn't the right thing. And there is definitely a discussion to be had that maybe involves TOs and captains and things like that to just see the assessment of whether or not the format is right and needs tweaking to kind of prevent this. And maybe there are some steps that the platform doesn't have to change to kind of prevent the wipes. But this is as fair a season as I've seen so far, where the rules are consistent amongst everybody. Everything's changed around. Everybody has a level playing field to start from and finish from, and it's as much to do with skill and less to do with luck as we can get it. And that's why I kind of prefer this format over just random spawns and things like that.
And we'll leave it on that note. Thank you everyone for watching. We're back again next week for the 9th game of the season. And we'll see you all then. Bye-bye.
Hero, close us out.
Okay. You want me to close this out?
Quickly.
Alright, so I have something. The last bullets, which broke the hill, came from Unteamer.
Oh.
That's your close.
Thanks.
That's your
Bye.
closer.
Adios.
Goodbye.